darn. Bird. Every time Pika? You have a rifle, correct? We shouldn't... Every time I start the it must be my karma for all my tweets. I'm having a conversation with the audience, not you, Sparrow. I don't mind. If you can hear the sparrow chirping in the background, maybe he's just looking for Mrs. Wright to be his wing person. Wing bird. Who knows? Howdy. Hi, how are you? Welcome back. Once again, it's time for... I'm having trouble with... I had to replug in everything on my mic, so I'm like, all right, don't be fickle, microphone, please. Please, Mr. Blue Yeti, don't make me blue. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Comics Coffee Table. We talk about comics every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, daily. Yes, we take a coffee break. We leave the real world problems over there. We come over here to our comics coffee table. We pull up a chair. We grab a cuppa, whatever it is we're shoving under our noses today. And we talk about what we love, comic books. Taking a break. We're taking our minds off our minds off our jobs, our minds off our worries. Let's enjoy the Comic Book Shop-Style Conversation just for a few minutes in a day. Thank you for being here and being a big part of it. If I'm able to make the 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern live chat premiere, I'm blessed. Sometimes I have to work late. Sometimes I'm, in the subway and underground. Wi-Fi down there is a little spotty. I don't know how many times I've been like 2 minutes behind, like on the chat. So like I'm watching because pre-recorded live before a studio audience of my stuffed animals from our Boston studios. Pre-recorded live, yeah, and so I'm usually knee deep in the live chat on the 3 p.m. premiere, So sometimes I'm like down in the tunnels like a Morlock, and I'm like, oh no, I'm suffering from lag. I'm like, what are they talking about? I haven't said that yet. And that's the clue. Like, oh gee, hit the button again. Hit refresh. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We are comic book lovers, and we join daily to talk about comic books. Click on those notifications. Subscribe if you haven't already. Just click on that subscribe. Be a part of your YouTube day. If you love comics as much as we do, it's a really cool place to hang out. Just for a couple of minutes a day. And, you can tune in any time of day you want. You can contribute to the comic book conversation anytime you want in the comments section and be part of the live chat premiere. If you're watching the replay, I would suggest clicking on the live chat replay option and even toggle, from top chat to all chat so you can see everyone's comments. It's a good bunch of people, and it adds a great spin onto the show. And if you can, make it for the premiere and be part of that live, active conversation. But remember, the comment section is always open to continue it. Awesome. Thank you so very much for being here. If you're new to the show, this is the part of the show in the opening where I tell you the mission statement of our show here. It's to respect and get us back to the local comic book shop and buying things regularly. See, I am taking this year's show to rebag, reboard, and rebox my entire collection. Along the way, while I'm making the effort, I'm going to get a ballpark estimate of what my collection is worth. Don't you look at your funny books too and be like, gosh, what are you all worth? And, we can answer our own questions partially. It's not, this isn't an exact science, what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is I'm learning I'm educating myself about a part of my hobby that I've pretty much neglected all my life. And I'm finding it to be really rewarding, and I'm so satisfied with especially these two books. There are links in the description to their Amazon pages. You can get your own copies, and you can play along at home too. They were given to me by my parents for Christmas last year, so this season is dedicated to my parents. Thank you so much. I love you. And yeah, these are great resources. So while I'm at the comic books, I go to the comic book shop every week now. Remember, Wednesday is new release day, and we do new releases on Sundays here. So like I'll film my new release show on Sundays. The rest of the time we're going through my long boxes. We're preparing to, swap it all over. And what do I need in order to accomplish this? I need supplies, fresh supplies. So I am moving from long boxes to these short boxes. Why? The older I get, the heavier these long boxes get. I weighed a full one. It was about 50 pounds. It's a lot, man. Especially if you're going to lift something alone, you got to be careful and stuff. So, I'm breaking them down into smaller weight. And I'm also getting, while I'm there, acid-free boards and bags. I could be getting all of these supplies on my online supply chain. The one I got, you might have too, with the free shipping and the built-in movie network. Well, how is that going to help keep our local comic book shops open, alive, and thriving as mom and pop brick and mortar shop businesses? Since lockdown 2020, the biggest hit have been family-owned businesses and small independent businesses. And I feel as though this is a great avenue to direct my energy and to do my part into keeping a local business thriving. And I'm giving it the patronage that we can ask of everyone. So I am volunteering to pay the retail markup. I could be getting a discount. Yeah, I've checked it out, the price differences. But I think it's important for me, my mission, my advocacy, my platform. If we're using everything you're using your platform to amplify voices I'm using my platform to amplify my bloody voice, to suggest to you, hey, don't you need supplies too? And couldn't you be buying them at your local comic book shop to help keep them open? They deserve the business, and you deserve a good comic book shop. We all do. And so that's the mission of our show. Yeah, thank you so very much for tuning in. What do we have today? What? Check the show notes. Okay. Do. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, and remember, the point of this show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. If you have serious questions about the condition or the value of your comic book, go to your local comic book shop. The owner is should be able, or any of the veteran staff should be able to grade your comic book and give you an answer. And get a second opinion at another local comic book shop, or even one of the professional graders that are out there. That takes some work, that takes some faith too, that it won't come back damaged. I hear horror stories about that. But let's see. Well, also, I got this from Sean Gordon Murphy himself at the Boston Wicked Comic Con. He's doing a modern version of Zorro. And so, are we going to check this out? I think so. But he's going to be doing this on Kickstarter starting in October. Yeah. So, yeah, you got some... He bought the licensing rights to make a Zorro. And he's trading in Zorro's horse for, of course, a car. Because that's Sean Gordon Murphy's big forte is cool-looking cars in action. Seriously. There's this great scene in one of his Batman White Knight books where everyone grabs a different Batmobile. So it's like this Batmobile jam at the climax of the big story. It was really darn cool. I mean, yeah, Sean Gordon Murphy, really cool guy, great creator. Check him out and support his work. But let's see what we got here. Oof. It's our mostly mighty Marvel long box, and evidence of why now is a good time to be reboxing. This is stained. This corner's blown out. I need a new box. I need a new long box. Or do I need a new short box? That's why I'm using short boxes. They're lighter, or they can get a little heavy. Trust me. Like, oh, this has got to be about 35 pounds. Like one of these full ones with a couple of hardcovers in there, And for every one of these snugs and boards we put on, that adds weight and takes away from how many we can, safely stow. Let's see what's in here. So it's mostly Marvel. We've gone through a lot of my Marvel funny books that I have in here. Ooh, wow. Sleeper, Season 2, by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. This was fun. Knee-deep in the overstory of the Wildstorm universe. And, we have Brubaker's Authority. Yeah, huh? When did this come out? This is issue number 2? 7. It's got, it's got some bow to it. That's a ding. We have dings. So this is Jenny Quantum looking at Jenny Sparks through a mirror darkly, perhaps. Reflections. But we have Dustin Wen, Ed Brubaker. So this is hey, we have Apollo and Midnighter, a married gay couple raising baby Jenny. And remember, none of this existed before 2015, so this is an obvious alt-far-right plant. Someone went through the bother of making and producing and printing this fake comic book and putting a fake date on it to give you the illusion that there was actual representation and diversity before 2015. That's a joke of mine. You see that, but this is from June of 2005. And, Wildstorm, huh? Desolation Jones. Oh, wow. Remember that one? Warren Ellis, J.H. Williams III. When comic writers were rock stars. Seriously. The early 21st century. And Warren got into a shitload of trouble for his antics as a rock star. Because you deserve being canceled and kept out of his trade. Was he hurtful to people within his trade? I don't know. See, these are questions that might not even be any of my effing business. Is it any of your business? So maybe, when people feel satisfied, we will probably begin to see Image Comics once again. I don't think Warren's suffering, though. He sold lots of his intellectual properties as, television stuff and even film stuff, too. Like, it was Red with Bruce Willis. That came directly from... There was a trilogy of Red movies. And that came from Warren Ellis's, mind. That was, he probably made up pretty well for that. He's done pretty well for himself. We got more Brubaker and Phillips, though. This is Criminal, issue 1 on Icon. Let's look in the book to see how much this one goes for. Icon, we discussed Icon before. That's where it was for Marvel, a creator-owned imprint, to try to keep their talent happy, so they wouldn't go publish over at it's actually right here too. Boom. See that? Yeah, that's Criminal. Criminal, Image Comics. Criminal eventually moved over to Marvel Comics. Huh? Yeah, $3. Okay. Marvel Icon Comics, October 2006 to number 10 in October of 2007. 1 year. 10 issues. $3. So that, yeah, so put that in your hat and smoke it. There we have like an introduction of all these characters, introduction of a universe, of an IP, of a property, and yes, issue ones. But that's not where it's at. I got some Vertigo in here too. Interesting. Oh wow, really? Wait a second. Hold the press. What is that? That's a little mangled, but darn. It's All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder issue number 1 from Frank Miller and Jim Lee. And this is the Robin cover. I think they had 3 covers for this. They had a Batman that was, right around here. They got the Robin cover. So I'm the Robin fan, so I got the Robin cover. And then there's like, the both of them. Wow. Look at that spine roll. Behold. Yeah, but this comic went nowhere. This is one of those comics that you'll never be satisfied. There will never be a conclusion to this. You will never have closure. It will never be complete. There it is. This is the Dark Knight Returns Batman and first Robin. Eventually, this Robin gets fired by Batman and seeks vengeance in 2001's DK2. And this comes after. So this was written after this. And so and this was trying to also be part of All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. But that wasn't canonical to anything but its own thing. See, All-Star Superman, I don't believe exists in any DC multiverse Earth. Like Justice League, you can at least say that there is a Timverse out there, and that's got a number. Let's look that up real quick since we have the information superhighway here at our fingertips. Which Earth is the Timverse? Earth 12 in the DC database. Yeah, we're reading this from a wiki. Yeah, it's Earth 12. I'm getting this from dc.fandom.com/wiki/Earth12. Earth 12 is one of the worlds of the multiverse after Flashpoint. Several decades into the future relative to Prime Earth, Earth 12 is home to Terry McGinnis, Bruce Wayne's younger successor, and the defender of Neo Gotham, along an aged Superman and the other members of Justice League Beyond. Prime Earth. So is that what we're calling Earth Zero now? Let's see. What's its Prime Earth? Prime Earth was formed by a temporal merging of the disparate DC, Vertigo, and Wildstorm universes in an effort by Pandora and the Flash to restore this time stream to its intended nature, though it was later revealed to be Dr. Manhattan who manipulated these events. So Prime Earth. And the aliases are New 52, Earth 0, New Earth, Earth Prime. I don't think so. Earth Prime is our Earth, which would eventually become Earth 22. You need a multiverse map. Earth Prime first appeared in Flash 179 in May of 1968. Earth Prime is one of the infinite number of divergent realities that made up the pre-crisis Infinite Earths multiverse. Earth Prime was presented as the real Earth, our actual reality, where the readers live. So Earth Prime is definitely not Earth 1, 0 Earth, Earth 0, Prime. You probably need a 10-year-old kid who, with an exhaustive knowledge of comic books to be like, okay, what, Earth Prime? Prime Earth? Isn't it the same as Superman Prime and Prime Superman? No. Those are 4 different bloody things. Because I got in here some DC comics. I think this is the Johnny DC imprint. You can see from like little Johnny DC there, see the thought bubble, and you see the DC, swoosh there. That. But this has like great renditions, Timverse renditions of other characters. I love. So you have this entire catalog of DC heroes put through the lens of the Timverse aesthetic. So it looks like Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, and Batman Beyond. That universe. That is all one cohesive Earth. And apparently that's Earth 12 now. Yes, here we go. A multiverse education. I was buying Red Hood and the Outlaws for a little while. Scott Lobdell and Kenneth Rocafort. I was a big Jason Todd fan. And I like Arsenal, and I like Starfire. Let's see, how long did I go with this? And see, there's the Liquid logo. It's the new 52. We can be heroes. People of the Horn of Africa need us now. Help us at wecanbeheroes.com. Interesting. To what that's advocacy. That's activism. That's trying to use when was that? Quite literally. It's just because we're using platform. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, or ugly, or whatever the heck it is. It just matters that hey, we're using this for something. But comics have often been used. Like there was Heroes for Hunger, the X-Men one shot. Here we go. Some Indicia Colophon. Hi, fanboy. What the hell? Red Hood and the Outlaws, number 7, May of 2012. We're all wondering if the Mayan calendar was going to get us all. No, it's not that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it looks like I was tuned in to the first year of Night of the Owls. So this was a Batman family mini event. Red Hood counts, but you got a whole year out of the creative battery of Scott Lobdell and Kenneth Rocafort. Almost. Yeah, I had some problems with Rocafort's art. I mean, it's great art, but then there's this look. Yep, more bow. Let's look at this one here. It's issue 8. Okay, look at the negative white panel space behind these interestingly arranged sequential panels telling the story, right? Yeah. Oh, here we go. The new 52. Here we go. Dun dun dun. Here's your checklist. Remember Jeff Johns, Jim Lee's Justice League number 1? Or was it forgettable? But yeah, I mean, it's this unique use of panel placement. This is Rocafort's style. But then, my eye is unfortunately drawn to the white blank space behind it. And I just find it this weird use of space. I mean, like I said, I like his art style. I like his panels. I like his fight scenes. I like his, but I mean, and look at all that wasted space. I mean, this is a more traditional page right here, layout wise. I mean, I don't know, layouts, and remember, I'm a fan. I'm not a critic. I'm just a fan. I buy them. I'm a lifelong comics fan. But this Roquefort style, though, I mean, I wasn't with it. It's just, I'm not saying it's bad. It's really good. I mean, quality-wise. But for me, yeah, my eye is like really drawn to those blank spaces behind those panels, and it's just, I feel it's just, waste of space, and it's just like, so I'm not knocking him. I'm not. What I am saying, though, it's just not my cuppa. It's not my brand. It's not, it's like, and it's something I noticed through the entire run. So it was like, so I was tuned in for at least 11 issues straight of Roquefort's art. I'm a big Jason Todd fan. I love the Titans as well. This was a really interesting direction, Did it really work? Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm really... A great scantily clad coriander. Got... I think it suggested a relationship between Jason and Corey. Has that been retconned out? We got a lot of DC fans in the chat. Especially a lot of Dick Grayson fans. We got a lot of Nightwing fans out there. I know you. What became of that? Of Corey and... Oh, wow. Ooh. Let's see. What do I have here? Got the first 9 issues of Batman 66. This is with all these Mike Allred covers. Interesting. Probably not worth anything. Let's see. Let's look it up in the many Batman titles available to us. The Batman 66. There's Batman. There's starts. Wonder where it would be. At the top or at the back. All of these different Batman. Under S for 6. Here we go. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Batman 66. Oh, this would be worth $12. If it was that's cool to know. Okay. And the variant cover would be 14. This is the regular one. There's a San Diego Comic-Con issue number 1 that's worth $35. Everything else is worth like cover price, but that's good to know. Okay, well this would be worth $12 if it was a 9.2. And this is great because these are Batman stories set in the Batman 1966 world of the Adam West War TV show the live action TV show I grew up on. But when was this made? Let's see. And look, we got an advertisement for the Batman season 2 on Cartoon Network. I never really watched the Batman. That was a complete miss for me. But here we got some. See, there's some good panel. Easy to follow. Indeed. Oh. And it was the anthology style too, so it was easy to read, easy to enjoy, easy to get into. Classic looking Batman. Yeah, let's look at the DC Colophone real quick. September of 2013. Indeed. Got the Flash Annual. All of these. 0 Year by Batman. Yeah. This is the new 50. We're looking into the history of the new 52. Yeah. Look into that all you want. It came, it went that away. To be upset by the rebirth, and then by this and that, and then the other thing. But yeah. It's a great Mike Allred. These are great covers. I loved the Batman 66 show. I have a complete Batcave, Lego Batcave from the 1966 show. It's downstairs in pieces. I kept the instructions, though. I can always reassemble it. It was the pride of my display for a long time. I've changed displays. I put the Legos away. False face. King Tut. And this went on, too. This is where I dropped off. But this series went on. It had a couple of... there was a Wonder Woman 77 series that gave like that idealized Linda Carter look. There's been a Superman 78 series that idealized the Christopher Reeves look. There's been a Batman 89 that idealizes the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton look. And so I think it's an interesting way to tell stories, just Batman stories of a certain flavor and a very certain point of view told. I love this stuff. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books, you guessed it, every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about comic books every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, your very own Comics Coffee Table. Take a break with us. Join us. Pull up a chair. Grab a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today. You are welcome here. Join the conversation in the live chat and keep it going in the comments. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.